Welcome to the Cunningham Piano Show, where we explore life between the keys. I'm your host, Hugh Sung, and in this episode, I have a very special, a very dear guest. Please welcome Mike Evaniuk. Mike, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here, Hugh.
Now, you've actually come from quite a distance. We're shooting right now in King of Prussia in our showroom here, which is on the outskirts of Philadelphia.
Right.
You're from nowhere near Philadelphia.
No.
Tell us where you're from.
No, I'm from Boise, Idaho.
Oh my goodness. I think so far you've won the longest distance guest on the show to date. So
Do I get an award?
I think so. You get to play. So Mike, tell us, now this is what I'm so excited about. How long have you actually been playing the piano?
Long time.
Yeah,
15 months.
15, how many? Well,
Months.
15 months.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, you're the inspiration for folks to let them know that it's never too late to learn what you love. And you're really an example of that. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm so delighted that you had the courage to appear and hopefully to inspire lots of other people as well. So Mike, in 15 months, what do you do for a living? You've been playing the piano, but I take it you're not playing the piano for a living yet. Yet.
No, I don't think I'm game for a career change at this point.
Although we're going to get to that because I know you do have some very serious
I do.
plans for your music. But before we get to that, tell us what you actually do for a living. So.
I work in information technology.
Okay, so you are a techie like me.
Yes, I am.
And now I'm cheating a little bit. Now Mike's been playing the piano only for 15 months, but he's actually been involved in music for quite a good bit longer. So tell us how long you've actually been involved in, or what your musical origins actually were.
Really, it goes back to elementary school.
Okay.
And at that point, my last year in elementary school, and I was in Los Angeles at the time, that was 6th grade. And the middle school came, and they were looking for recruits for the music program. I was all about it. I signed on, and after playing a few different instruments, I found the oboe, and I played the oboe for many years.
For quite a while. In fact, we were talking a bit before we started the shoot. You actually even got to the point where you were getting scholarships for music programs. Is that right?
Right.
That's
yeah.
amazing. So you had the option, if you wanted to actually pursue a career in music. You were that good, I could say.
Yeah, I put in my fair share of hours of practice. That's for sure.
And then life, of course, redirected you in another path.
Yeah, starving musicians don't raise families.
I have to admit, and I agree. But yet, so you had a wonderful career. You had your time with music.
Yep.
What was it that drew you back to, or made you think about starting the piano at this stage in your life?
Well, I said I played oboe,
Yeah.
but really, back even when I was a kid, I really wanted to play piano. But I don't have a piano family, meaning a piano wasn't a member of the household, and I didn't have a family that was really musically inclined in that way. So I never had an opportunity. Middle school, high school, they were all about band and orchestral instruments, not piano. So I never really had the opportunity. So at this point, my kids are out of the house. The time is right.
So describe for us how you set about to learn. And what were some of the things that you looked into?
Well, as we all know now, I'm a techie. So techies do what techies do. We get on the internet. And that led to where we're right now, which is
the internet
YouTube.
Again.
So
okay,
I
sure.
searched YouTube on videos. I thought I knew enough about music that I could be self-taught.
Now you do what a lot of folks do, and YouTube is a fantastic resource for learning or getting started with the piano, learning your favorite songs. In fact, I think we had an interesting YouTube initial connection, right?
Yeah. One of the first videos that I saw was your Clair de Lune series from scratch. Clair de Lune from scratch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Where I was teaching people how to play Claude Debussy's masterpiece, Clair de Lune, note for note, in a series of some 60-odd videos.
Many
or something.
videos.
Many videos. I'll have a link to the Clair de Lune series in the show notes below. But please continue. So you started off on YouTube.
Yes, I started off with YouTube.
And I became a virtual teacher for you.
Yes, and you came, I guess, a teacher that way, and I subscribed to other piano channels as well that I still am involved with. And I ran into a dead end. And that dead end was you as a teacher doing your Clair de Lune videos at the time. You can show me what to do, but there's no way that I can say, hey, Hugh, do I have this right? So there's a lot of things that I can bring to the table from the oboe world, as far as, being able to phrase melodic lines.
But also being able to read music. I think you had
and
that.
I knew how to read music. I've been through years of music theory before. But compared to oboe, piano is very physical. So hand possession, you don't have to worry about hand position on an oboe. There's so much more to it physically that it's hard to look at a YouTube video and get that.
That's a really good point. So you were at an interesting impasse with YouTube. What happened next?
Well, YouTube was giving me no answers, so, YouTube is owned by Google, so I Googled that. I Googled that and looked into online lessons. I thought about Skype lessons and things like that.
Well, why online lessons instead of the traditional, get a teacher, the traditional teacher, either go to his or her house, or he or she comes to your house to teach you privately, one-on-one. Why didn't you, why didn't you pursue those lessons?
Well, Boise, they're a great place to live, and I love it out there. I wouldn't say that it's a classical music town.
I see.
And so there aren't and that is my passion, is classical music still. So I didn't see the opportunities at that time with an in-person lesson.
I see. Okay. So the online still was your best option, and now you were mentioning Skype or some other options.
Yeah. So I thought about that. I couldn't find anything with Skype. That just didn't work out for me. I couldn't Google that. But what I did Google is a company called ArtistWorks, and I did some research. I'm active on pianoworld.com. And did my research, and I ended up getting a subscription on ArtistWorks, and ran into some piano guy by the name of Hugh Sung.
And as the story goes, you became my student.
Yes.
I became your teacher because I am one of the, I teach the popular piano, online popular piano through ArtistWorks. And again, I'll have a link to that particular school if you're interested in checking it out. So describe ArtistWorks and why it's different from learning with YouTube. Because I had already had YouTube videos, and I was teaching videos through ArtistWorks. What makes this different?
ArtistWorks addresses the problem that I had with YouTube, and other ways that I didn't realize. But I can go on ArtistWorks. I got more lessons than the Clair de Lune from scratch. I got many lessons that you have recorded over time, and they're always available to me anytime. I can wake up at midnight and see a lesson. If I have an in-person teacher, I've taken in-person lessons on oboe for many years. If I don't pick it up right the first time, my teacher does something and I don't quite get it. Well, my big benefit at ArtistWorks is I can see that video over and over and over again. I can loop sections. I can slow down sections if I need to. It's really using technology. It's really on the internet, I see it as the best way to be able to learn a musical instrument online.
But it goes a step further. It's not just watching this very large library of videos, which you could do on YouTube. It actually goes a very significant step further.
Right, because I can finally make a video and go like this and say, hey, Hugh, am I doing this right? And that's the big difference.
And so what happens is, I'll describe the ArtistWorks video exchange learning systems. So you create what we call a video exchange video submission, and then I watch that as the teacher, and then I make a video exchange response video, a customized video, answering your video with a video.
Correct.
And so we have the series of videos going back and forth, really giving you customized instructions, answering whatever questions you have, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, and addressing other things.
And another big benefit of that is I can make these videos anytime, 24 hours a day.
Right, we don't have to schedule a time.
We don't have to schedule a time to be
right.
together.
Yeah.
I make my recording, I upload it to ArtistWorks, and when you have time, you look at your queue and say, hey, Mike's got a video.
Yeah.
And you respond.
And there was one other thing we were talking a little bit earlier too, is not just the one-on-one.
Yeah.
There's also a beautiful community of fellow learners. You want to
Yeah,
speak
you know,
to that? Yeah.
you know, one thing that as a new person to ArtistWorks I was concerned with is, I'll be honest with you, Hugh. When I started, I was a little bit hesitant because I found out that, okay, I make a video and I send it to Hugh. Not only Hugh gets my video, but the entire class gets my video.
That's right. Everybody gets to
because
see.
I see the entire class's videos, and I see your response to everybody in class. You know, but that's really a great thing, because, okay, this student over here has got a problem similar to what I'm doing, but you've addressed that issue. I can go through the archive. I can look through years of video exchanges and see your responses to other people that are doing the same thing that I did. So it's really a wonderful resource for that.
And not only that, you can see how everybody's learning similar pieces, but also, of course, the personal side, the social side of it. Is that the nice thing is that everybody's been so supportive of each other.
Absolutely.
And it can be very intimidating for people. You're brand new to post a video and expose yourself in a sense, but everybody's so welcome. There are people of all different levels.
Everybody is very warm, and it's amazing because you're getting students from all over the world. We have people from Germany, England. We have people all over the place. So it's really exciting for that.
And it's such a privilege for me to work with students like you, students from Boise, Idaho. So, Mike, what are you going to play for us?
I am going to play Gymnopédie No. 3 by Erik Satie.
Tell us why you chose this piece and what you love most about it.
Yeah, well, you know, back when I first started oboe, my first in-person teacher, his name is Fred, he taught me a orchestral arrangement, which was an oboe solo of Gymnopédie No. 1. And so when through your program, you have the Gymnopédie. When I was able to play that on piano, it was like bringing it over a piece that I played on oboe to the piano world, which was an exciting thing for me.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing you play.
Thank you.
Mike, that was not only was that a beautiful performance, but I think this episode qualifies to be rather unique in the fact that not only can I say what a beautiful performance, but that I am really proud of you as your teacher. I don't get to say that really ever. So again, I'm really proud of you on many, many levels, not just that you play beautifully, but that you have the courage to perform after only 15 months of playing the piano. That's really remarkable. Yeah. Now, there's one more really interesting story that I wanted you to share, and that has to do with your instrument. When you started at ArtistWorks, I remember you had a rather nice digital piano.
Still do.
And you still have it, great. And then the bug hit you. Something hit you.
It did. Anybody that's learning piano out there, be careful. There's a bug.
What is that bug?
The piano bug.
The piano bug, and it's interesting because I never push my students to upgrade their instruments. I always work with whatever they have. But what I've seen time and time, you've seen because we all watch Joe's videos, everybody starts to realize as they get better, as their ears get developed, they start realizing, I want an instrument that really captures what I want.
Yes.
You got that bug. I'm sorry. So tell us a little bit what happened next.
Well, being Mike the techie, I was really interested first in digital technology. Sure. Because I like the idea of the sampled sounds and how they do them, how they made the keys feel like grand pianos. Very impressive technology. However, as I progressed and I got a little better, I realized that a lot of the music that I do like, and I like a lot of the French Impressionist composers, Debussy and Ravel, that there's shortcomings there with the digital instrument that I just can't overcome. And I need to think about an acoustic instrument.
There's some levels of delicacy, color, shading that, as you mentioned, I love digital instruments too, but they are a really big challenge for these digital instruments to do what an acoustic piano, the full color spectrum of an acoustic piano.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you got the bug.
I got the bug. I got the bug, and I went, and I could have gotten an upright, or something like that, and it would have suited me for a while. But I said, if I'm going to buy a piano, I'm going to want one that will be with me, that I can retire with, and this is my piano. So I said, well, let's do it right the first time. And I went to every piano store in the Boise area, and none of them really clicked for me. There was always something I didn't like. Either the bass is mushy, and I couldn't hear the different tones. Or there was no harmonics coming out of the bass, or this is thin, or I was being very picky. Because I've got Tinker Toy budget with Steinway taste. Well, maybe not Tinker Toy, but you get the point.
Sure.
And so anyway, I brought this up on a video exchange with you. And I know one of the unique things with us all along really is I don't just send a video of me playing. I always talk. I actually take two videos and I splice them together, and I talk about what's going on in my musical life as well. And so we've kind of gotten this rapport going back and forth.
And that's one of the things I really enjoy about working with you. It's not just your music, but getting to know you as a person. And then I heard that you had the piano bug, and I guess you extended an incredible amount of trust towards me.
I did. I entrusted, we talked back and forth, and you really strongly suggested the Cunningham Piano Company pianos. And it wasn't just your recommendation as well. I mentioned before I'm on Piano World. They're highly regarded. Larry Fine's piano book, it gets very high ratings. And we started talking, and then the idea that this can be delivered to Boise, anywhere in the world, really. And so we started talking about it, and you recommended the Parlogram. And I entrusted you, which was a very interesting thing, to say, choose my piano.
I think we had 4 Parlograms at the time.
We did, yeah.
And made a video for you.
Of each one of the pianos. And then you said, I think this is the one. and it really turned out beautifully. I got the piano, and it just sings.
And what's wonderful, because I knew you were playing, and I knew the kind of music you wanted to do. As a pianist, I was able to really find a piano that I was excited about, that I felt that you would be really excited about. So I'm so happy that you love your piano.
Oh, I do.
So tell me about what you thought about the big brother to your piano, this 7-foot Cunningham Grand.
Well, for one, I really feel a family
resemblance.
Really, it has a lot of the same tone quality. One of the things I always loved about the Cunninghams, that I have played more than just mine now, but they have a more of an American tone quality as opposed to a European or an Asian sound, and that really appeals to me. I really like the old Baldwins, the Steinway, New York Steinway sound. Sure. So this has that feeling. Really, the big difference is the bass.
And that's just a matter of physics, longer strings, so you get a richer
There's more harmonics, there's a deeper tone. Playing the low Gs in the Satie is a lot of fun.
Now, I want to close off because I know not only has it been an absolute delight and an honor to work with you as a student, and to see and hear your amazing progress, but your future plans. You're not just playing for yourself. Tell us a little bit about what your plans are for your piano.
Musicians were given an incredible gift. You have the ability to take on sheet music some of the most beautiful music in the world and turn it into something beautiful. And this isn't something that we're supposed to just play for ourselves and hog to ourselves. Music is something that's supposed to be given as gift. So as I thought about this, as I've been progressing through the year, I looked into it, and I never finished my degree in music.
I see.
And for anybody else out there that's my age group, many states have the same program that Idaho has. But it's 60 years old, and I'm not quite there yet. They assume you're not career jumping, and you can attend college for free.
That's amazing. Wow.
And so I'm thinking of, as time permits, because I'm still got work at 62, I'm going to finish off my piano degree.
That's wonderful.
This time not oboe.
And then what do you plan to do with that degree?
Well, I'm going to get a degree in piano performance and as well as pedagogy. And I'd like to be a piano teacher as well.
I can't tell you how proud I am of you and how you've taken to playing the piano so beautifully. You're so studious, encouraging of all the other students at ArtistWorks, but then your desire to share with your beautiful performance. I mean, that was truly, truly beautiful.
Thank you.
And to share your love and knowledge with others eventually as a piano teacher in the future. I can't express enough how grateful I am to have walked with you in this journey and to see you spread your wings and fly and do amazing things. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to check out the show notes. I'm going to be having links for my ArtistWorks online popular piano school. You can check that out, as well as a link to the Clair to Lune from Scratch YouTube series if you want to watch those. If you enjoyed this show, do be sure to subscribe so that I can let you know whenever we have new episodes. For the Cunningham Piano Show, I'm Hugh Sung. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.